This song really does not hold up, huh? Good evening, morning. Just gonna set up some shit and finish my coffee. Damn, this noise suppression doesn't look like it's working very well. It's getting all my breathing and shit, huh? Oh, look at that. Damn, it's really... Oh, yeah? It's a good song. Alrighty, let's get this shit done. Oh, don't look at that. Damn, it just switches to that. Alright, where are we? It's looking at me score right now. Yeah. That's what Toby Fox is great at, I guess. Alright, today's just going to be a bunch of this mock-up. This might be a little bit boring of a stream. It's funny, bro. It's like a nod to all the fan theories about who Mike is, right? Isn't that what it is? Okay. We did piccolo, flute, oboe, clarinet, horn, trumpet. I don't like how trombones are labeled like this, huh? Do I have any parts where there's multiple trombones? Probably not. I guess I could have. I do have some division. A little bit. Kind of towards the end, I guess I forgot about it. But not a huge deal. I can just label this trombones. Like that. I don't know what we should start with, to be honest. Maybe percussion. I don't even know how much of this percussion I'm going to use, to be honest. Like, I might replace the bass drum with some damage percussion hits or something, and then maybe I'll keep the snare drum. I'll do the Piatti crashes, and then like have fast lines like this do a little bit of a difference in like chokes and stuff. Probably. I think that's probably the move. We could just throw in the timpani too here. It's going to sound pretty orchestral. We'll do just a regular old timpani. It's very quiet. I always forget what's going on with this shit. Which octave do we have this in? Should be here. I feel like everything's been quiet recently. I feel like I do everything like how I've been doing it. My volume's at 18 on my computer. My limiter's at 12 decibels. But like this is massively quiet. I appreciate it. We'll just make these all short. Maybe I'll increase the... Maybe it's just starting in the score thing. I'm not used to like having the velocities this low. So I can like write mezzo forte, but when I'm in the DAW, I tend to like be like, play as loud as you can because like I can actually hear the sounds. Couldn't get up from my bed because of my pain from PE. Lamau. Let's do some of this kind of stuff. This is Cubase. Not spelled like that. It's spelled with C-U-B-E. Wait. C-U bass. C-U-B-A-S-E. It's not spelled like that. Alright, and that's good there. Let's just do this. Though this score I started in MuScore, which is free. And honestly, if you're getting started figuring out this orchestral shit, I would recommend not investing in a... Well, it depends what you want to do. If you want to get started with composition, like composing... Whoa. Huh, I guess I got a stream element in the spot now. If you want to get started with composing, I would recommend like starting with MuScore or something. Especially if you know anything about sheet music, it's kind of nice. And it's a nice skill to have. But if you don't want to deal with that, start with a DAW. There's some good free ones, like... My go-to recommendation for free ones used to be like Cakewalk, but I'm not sure if that's the go-to free one anymore. But it's still a good one. How low is this going? Wait. Oh, I need to bring everything up an octave. But if you're getting into orchestral music and you're looking for a DAW, I would not recommend FL Studio. If you're getting into music in general and you're looking for a DAW and FL Studio looks fun, then get FL Studio because like what matters most is like you're having a good time and you're not feeling like a corpo head. A lot of people get Keybase because it's the most efficient. Part of the reason I got it. But I don't know. Sometimes I miss the vibe of like having a DAW that doesn't feel like my grandpa uses it or something, you know? FL Studio is like one of the most pirated DAWs because it's like seen as the most beginner sort of DAW for a lot of people, which is so strange because it's completely different than most DAWs. It does not have the standard DAW layout, and for a lot of like people that are used to like the standardization of DAWs, it's very confusing. And so people that start with FL Studio that go to any other DAW for like whatever they need to do have to relearn a lot of stuff. But if you start with like something like Cakewalk or whatever, if you moved into like Logic or Cubase or Studio One or Pro Tools or whatever, the design is much more similar to between those kinds of DAWs, which are much more like seen. I hate saying that it's seen more professional, but like it kind of is for a lot of people, unfortunately. I used to like be like, I'm not switching away from FL Studio because I don't want to succumb to that sort of peer pressure. That's why I still use MuseScore, because I don't see a reason to switch other than like, there's some nice things about like Dorico, which I've used a little bit of Dorico. FL Studio is nice because it's a lifetime subscription and it gives you free updates for life. Not all DAWs do that. If you get a student discount, it's probably less money, but usually DAWs can run you a couple $100 or more, depending on them. I don't remember what FL is off the top of my head. Yeah, Cubase is a monster in terms of like, just like there's so much shit going on. It's not a yearly thing. Can't think of too many DAWs that are subscription. Like, unless you're getting like the AI stuff that has computing that needs to be done on the servers or whatever. Maximum time is probably something like, I think some of the tracks that I spent the most time on are things like I did a Fire in the Flames cover with a really talented singer named Sam Is Not Dead. It took me a few weeks, probably like 20 or so hours, maybe, I would imagine. Or my God Shattering Star cover, where I got the singer Divert Cooper, who was also super talented. I like to get singers on the projects that take me way longer. Those ones that are like fucking 7 minutes, that are like super densely orchestrated, that I really want to get the sound good, take longer because they're like kind of more of an investment. But I can crank, I mean, okay, realistically, I could crank something like kind of shitty out in like a few minutes. Not few minutes, like a few hours. Like, I don't know, like that Shika Noko cover that I made probably took me like 3 hours or 4 hours. Thanks. Appreciate you listening on Spotify. But haven't been liking doing that kind of stuff as much recently, just because it's like less rewarding to make, unless there's like a really obvious reason to, like there's going to be a shit ton of people like listening on YouTube and Spotify, and obviously I don't always try to go for that. Well, not obviously, I guess if you look at my content for what it is, it seems like I go off for that a lot just because of the way my thumbnails and titles are laid out, but like for things that I am in that mind space where I'm like, I'm YouTubing the fuck out of this and I'm trying to get views, I spend less time usually. If I'm just doing something because I think it'd be a really fucking sick project, like Through the Fire and the Flames, it'd be like, I usually spend more time on it or whatever and sort of eat the initial less views thing. And then most of my projects, honestly, are somewhere between that, where I'm like relatively excited about them, but I still think about, how they're performing and stuff, obviously, like everybody does. Like, I'm not going to do a cover of like my absolute favorite music of all time. Like, if I was doing that, I'd probably be doing like, I don't know, like maybe Dr. Stone music, or I don't know, Clanad music or something, if anybody knows what that is anymore. But, or honestly, just more originals. Like, I do projects like that, but I just don't make it as related to this channel usually. How do I know which beat to go where? Lots of studying and practice. But yeah, most projects fall in between. Like, I'm still excited about them enough to where I'm not like pretending that I'm excited about something that I'm not. Like, if I was doing that exclusively, I'd probably have made like a fucking like Stranger Things cover last week, But I don't watch Stranger Things. I don't want to pretend like I do. I've played Megalovania. I've seen Steven Universe when I was a kid. this kind of stuff I kind of get more, and I feel like it'd be a bit disingenuous to be like, here's the next Spider-Man trailer's mock-up, and I'll put it on Spotify to try to stream revenue. You know, it's like, no shade to people who do that, obviously, but like, that's just a little, kind of sucks the fun out of it for me. It's going to be a Megalovania Stronger Than You mashup thing. Stronger Than You is from Steven Universe, and Megalovania, obviously, you know what that is. Let's do bass drum next. I'm going to put it on to damage, I guess. And we'll just throw it on like this. Damn, everything's like kind of quiet, huh? So this is a bass drum roll. I think realistically we have something like, instead of what we have in the score, we do something like that, and then we throw in maybe like a taiko roll from Hybrid Waves. Kind of a weird library, because it's like, it's a lot of that like, you know, stuff like you hear in trailers, but their taiko roll sounds so nice. And they're just like regular contact stuff, but for people who know what that is. But I just rendered them out just so I can like line them up easier like this. I just went into like contact, and if you go into contact and you save things as, like, if I go here, let's say you have a percussion library that has like a lot of nice sounds, but you don't want to deal with the contact interface. If you just go and load up the instrument, I think it's, if you save the instrument as this and then do patch plus samples, it'll save all of the samples into like whatever folder you save it to, and you can kind of just use it like you would use sample libraries that are made of waves or whatever, you know, which is kind of nice. Then you can like drag things around like this a little bit easier. Get it a little bit more lined up, or, you know, just not, and you can like sample them a little bit more cleanly throughout whatever DAW you're using. Listening to the type of fire that makes your veins definitely don't show the same. Listening to the type of fire you make, the views definitely show the same. Don't show the same, fam. Yeah, I mean, I think right now is just like not a hot time for people like Samuel Kim to be in. I think next season of anime is going to be kind of nuts, though. The season of anime is pretty low-key, and in popular media, not a lot of things are happening, it seems like, other than like Stranger Things. But next season, we got a lot of fucking sick-ass anime coming out. I'm really excited to do some free run covers when season 2 comes out. I watched free run when it came out like a couple of years ago or whatever, and I loved it. I just didn't expect so many of the covers of free run to be doing so well. So when I ended up making them, it was like far too late. And I'm not, so that's one of those few covers that, like I was talking about, the balance between doing something I like versus doing something that will get views, which is a balance. People will say like, you just got to do the art that, like, you got to make art for yourself and not for your audience. And I think that's like a little that's true if you're like just making art But if you're like wanting to make a living off of it, it would be kind of, I don't know if selfish is the right word, but it's strange to be like, I'm just doing this for myself, and I'm also wanting to make a living off of it, and not thinking about the fact that there needs to be some other exchange there that happens for you to do that. You know? Otherwise, it's like, I'm not saying to say it's unrealistic that anybody would make art. And not be able to do that. Like, there's certainly people that are able to make a living with art that has no thought of the audience whatsoever. You know, like, think maybe like Bill Wirtz or like Tyler the Creator or whatever. But for your average person, obviously, it's like, tough to be able to do both of those things at the same time. But it's definitely doable, but, you know. It's like when you are like, I'm doing this just for me, and I'm also expecting to make money, where it's like, all right, come on. So those are just half notes, I think, right? We got... What measure is this? Measure 30? Where's measure 30 going with this bass drum, huh? Oh, we do have half notes here. Maybe something a little deeper. Okay. Could just honestly leave it like that, probably. I'm more interested in this Piatti crash thing. I feel like that could be decently sounding. I forgot to leave the timpani there, but whatever. Piatti crash time. This is just a suspended cymbal, but this crash... I like to do the suspended cymbals as wave files, because, you know, it's a suspended cymbal, bro. So many libraries try to shoehorn things into context that I feel like shouldn't be in context. Alright, so this crash cymbal stuff, it really ought to be on... C3. And we need to turn it up a little bit. So this is definitely just a C. And then for these, we got different types of, I don't know how well you hear that. That's probably really loud, huh? Right now we just got winds, so it's a little bit anemic sounding, obviously, but here. The idea for this percussion Instead of that, we go add some, maybe something like this, where like they choke it a little bit. And then we can copy that over here. And then same thing here. Same thing sort of happens here. We could just... Same thing here. Maybe... That's honestly fine. And then here we just get that on beat 1. Throw in one of these here. Then that goes pretty well, I'd say. I'll need to mix those better, but for now it's fine. I can throw this piano in. I'll just probably have it, just add it as is. I might record it, some parts here. Like, that does count as a CC64, I guess, huh? That's strange. It looks like it's not. Oh, it's just like one frame. Oh, shit. Turn these down a little bit. Oh. You know, just piano stuff going. That'd be a little less velocity, I feel like. Definitely this. That's unrealistic. And same thing here. We'll lower these velocities a tad. These are just chords. And then that's going to be a solo violin part, so velocity is probably fine. I'll just leave that as it is. Change it if I need to later. Okay, what we got going on in this score? We've done all of it down to here. Let's do the strings. I'll do the choir last. I'll just throw these bad boys onto... This is a combination of Afflatus strings and Pacific's ensemble strings, which is 2 amazing string libraries. And if I just do them legato, it kind of works out if I overlap them, and if there's like doubled parts where there's a duet going on, like two players playing on the same part. Flatus can do it, but Pacific Strings can't. But Pacific Strings kind of just defaults to the top part, so it doesn't really matter. It's kind of as if there's a little extra umph on the top part anyways, which is kind of fine. I'll just get rid of all these extra CCs. And then copy this to CC 11. Bring that up. I have to do that to the same thing to these guys as well. Don't think that got rid of anything. Honestly, I'll just do this. This will probably... It seems like it gets rid of notes up here. I don't really see why, but that's fine. I can just not have it on the first violins. I'll just do it manually. My key switches, I have a macro that does a bunch of automation stuff, and it's doing some strange stuff recently where it gets rid of some notes for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. But, hello, Juan. I got a bus somewhere here, right? Can I just, like, add a bit of... pass bus. Where's my pass bus? Hello. Oh, here it is. I'm just going to go through these and add legato as needed. So like here, and then like here. So it goes instead of... Actually, that sounds kind of nice like that. There's also overlap there, I think. That might be a little better though. These are all going to be staccato, or spiccato technically. And then this is going to be just legato. I don't need to do anything to that. Huh. That's not as quantized as I was kind of thinking it would be, but that's weird. Because usually this is pretty quantized. Whatever. Whatever, brother. Dun. Spiccato here. I'll just pick this. Dun. You could honestly marcato this. Derek yesterday in this stream was talking about the marcatos on this library being decent. I've heard that take a lot, and I could see it I could understand it. It just feels a little synthy to me. Damn. Might honestly just do this. Just full spiccatos. Then we just need a trill here. Oh yeah. What's a marcato? Marcato is like an articulation in music where it's kind of emphasized, I guess. It's just like dom instead of do, you know, like a normal note. But I don't know. Musicians use like to speak a lot where it's like a little abstract because it's like, I don't know, not really abstract, but like some people debate what different terms mean sometimes. But marcatos are interesting because they're like emphasized, but they don't have extra front end because then they would be a sforzato technically or something. Sforzanto, which is a different articulation. Looks like a tiny little decrescendo, where it's like you have front end to emphasize the note, da, you know. But this is the solo violin. It's solo for 4 measures. I'll just put it on, I don't know, Bohemian maybe? Violin. We'll just throw that there for now. We'll fix it up later. Hello? Like this might be like, I don't know, the kind of score I might use Tokyo scoring strings on low key. Derek was fucking roasting Tokyo scoring strings yesterday. It's a bit less processed of a library, but it's very versatile in my opinion for things like this, where it's not just trailer sounding music. I might double like a solo violin on these violin parts too, just to, you know, give it a little bit more like clarity. I honestly might just raise all of these CCs up like that much, just to get it to be forte as the actual highest note, or fortissimo or whatever. These honestly could be marcato, like low key. Da dee dun dun. Like if these were marcato, then I gotta have these as spiccato a little bit more. clearly, I would say, yeah. The legato's a little bit less and like a bite to it than the mercados do. Yeah. That's the move for sure. Then those basses, I don't know if the mercados and the basses really go through the mix very well, so I might switch those to long or legatos. But then these we can have as legatos. Maybe we would make the first note here mercato though, honestly. Then these clearly spiccato. All right, and then these are all spiccato. Honestly, I might just bite the bullet and make everything spiccato. I don't know. What do we think about the sound of having these two notes specifically be legatos? Oh, that actually does kind of sound a little better. Sounds a little bit more realistic. If I do this. But that trill is really quiet. Yeah, well, that works. Come back to that. So we have everything here be pretty spiccato. Except when we go to like these things. I made them a little bit more legato, I think. I'll get rid of that spiccato, I guess. I just want these guys to be short enough to where they don't overlap with that next spiccato note. Because they won't go away. Which is useful sometimes, actually. Honestly, these could be mercato. I might do that same here. Oh, I did. Da-da-da-dun, da-dun, da-dun, ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da. Okay, spiccato's here. Whoa. Let's back in on it. Same with these guys. Okay. I'm just not going to listen to that until it's over, and we've done all of these parts as well, I think. Okay, and then here we have the same thing where if I grab all these notes and just like select the ones that are long enough, we make those marcato, make everything else spiccato. And honestly, we'll make them... No, not at all. Not at all, dude. And then get rid of this mono. These might overlap. Okay. These are all just going to be spiccatos, I would say. Like, I feel like there might be, like, some of the... No, there's not really any of those slurred notes. Like there was in the firsts and seconds. These are all spiccato. Maybe emphasize these notes. And then these are all regular spiccato notes. And then these are going to be legato. Just get rid of those overlaps. These are going to be spics. And these are all just, I would say, probably all legato. You know what? Yeah, probably except for these notes. Just gotta make sure they're actually overlapping. Okay, that's decent. Let's just make the CCs reach the top of their peaks. The cello's gonna be doing the same vibe. Let's start with the CCs so I can actually hear them. Cello's doing some normal cello shenanigans. Honestly, is this... There's a B flat here? Measure 16. What's going on here? Why is this happening? These should not be C sharps. That's very strange. Let's change that to these. And then we have this be a D and then this be a C sharp. Oh, hello. Don't freak out on me, bro. Da -da -da -da. Yeah. Yeah, that's how we should do it for sure. And these are going to be marcatos. Dun dun dun. Let's change this to a triplet as well. And let's actually get rid of this note. So it's just a little bit better lined up. Dun 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 dun. Dum bum 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 dun. Same thing here. We're gonna just grab everything. That's big enough. And then make it marcato. Grab everything else. Make it staccato. Bring it up a little bit in velocity. Marcato could work here. But I feel like here, where it's like just playing bass notes, we just have legatos, just so it functions more as a bass instead of marcatos. All these spiccato. I'm going to try to deal with them being legatos for the slurred notes, if there is any. I just add too much mud. These triplets should be much louder. Maybe these be. Measure 42. What's that trying to do? Got a front end. Could try being marcato. Because we got these CCs that give it front end. Alright, and these are all staccato. Yep. Mm-hmm. I really do that. That's silly. Nah. Could AVA this. Or like, double this. That works. Damn, 0 beats is kind of crazy. That's fine. Do we just double the 2? Yeah, we'll just double it to 2. we got this violin part. Let's bring it up. Damn, that's really freaking out. All right, together with the piano. Honestly, could just have a Joshua Bell violin doing the not soloistic solo violin parts. I feel like it's probably not going to be lined up on the spiccatos, but whatever. We'll have to just... If I switch this to spiccato, it's a little early. Honestly, these like kind of work all well. If I just make them like that, yeah. Staccato that, put it like there. Nah, just leave it as is. Move this a little over, but that's almost definitely gonna be staccato on the first beat, and then oh right, because that's not legato anymore. It's a latching key switch, not a, you know, channel or whatever. Spiccato. Don't call me that, brother. How's it going, Derek? I know it's like terrible practice to just have so I'm excited for the backwards key switches, or the timing key switches, or whatever. I spent so much time getting the legatos on this to like line up that I have to move these spiccatos backwards. Okay. Legato slow. What's wrong with Feece? I don't know. You know, you're right. You're right. There's nothing wrong with Feece. There's nothing at all wrong with Feece. You just keep calling me that, bro. Spiccato. I don't know. What if I just chose the 16th notes and made them staccato? is Feast Man preferred? You know, whatever. Call me whatever you like. Hello? Why are you not playing anything? You're so silly sounding, Bohemian. Not Bohemian, Joshua. Pacific Solo Violin? Is that one older? I feel like I've heard of this one for a while. Or maybe I'm thinking with a freebie. I feel like I did hear about something. I might have seen it, yeah. I don't really remember too much, to be honest. I feel like solo violin isn't... I know I'm saying this and still using Joshua Bell from 2015, but... I feel like they kind of got violin libraries pretty good for a while now, so I'm not super worried about it. What's other friends? Whoa! Rio video is convincing me to get a Swam solo. Yeah, it's so fun to play Swam instruments, dude. Yeah, those Rio videos are fucking sick. I think they're probably edited like CCs and stuff. And I think the videos might be a little bit performy. But man, his music sounds fucking fire. And his mixing is so good. He knows like how to orchestrate in a way that'll make the mix sound good, you know? Oh, I never watched the movie after the show ended. We'll just pop Portamento here. Yeah, there's a lot of mud going on there on the string parts I can hear. Even before I even really played much of it. Legato bow. Look how slow. Oh, I never did the low brass. That's right. Thought there was some lows missing. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll check out other friends. Not right now, though. It's just this viola part, I guess. Let me just actually record some CCs on it. Something like that. Okay. maybe record some for everything else too, honestly, at this point. I think this might honestly be a good spot for Tokyo scoring strings. Like this stuff. Not only is it like relatively versatile, but you can quantize it so easily. Check this out. If I just do... Let's do one... No, we'll do the whole ensemble, I guess. So I can get this violins. Get rid of this ensemble patch. If we do something like this. I know it sounds a little synthetic. The samples do sound a little dead. I think you do have to do a little bit of playing with it, but... You know what? I feel like it used to sound better. You know what? Yeah, maybe it does sound like shit, actually. Yeah, that is 2.0. Low key, what if I just did this? With marcatos and staccatos. Probably. No, not on Pacific, though. I don't like the marcatos for this context in Pacific. Low key. What if it was just like... backed by that a little bit? Or honestly, this violin section. It's just really tough because it's so low in the violin. I think Cubase just crashed too, by the way. Rather unfortunate. Sometimes when it crashes like this, it doesn't even let me end the process until I like restart my computer or something. It takes a while. RIP Cubase. And then it disconnects from my fucking server as well. I have to reconnect all of the different Vienna Ensemble patches. Little annoying. I might have to restart the stream in a sec here, because I might need to restart my computer. Because like if I try to end this task now, it'll be like, no! And then my audio will start being all distorted and shit. I don't know if you can hear that. Probably not. Yeah, it's a little complex. Not only that, I have like my MIDI devices. I have like a E-drum kit next to me that I honestly at this point rarely use. But I have MIDI aux running all of my MIDI devices. I used to have 4, now I have 3 because I just kind of consolidated some stuff into a different MIDI device. But they run through MIDI aux so that I can like edit their how sensitive they are, or like what CC certain things we use or whatever. A little bit more finely. So like these wires represent different output ports on loop MIDI, and loop MIDI has got where's my loop MIDI? I always forget what loop MIDI looks like because I never open it. This one. It's got 4 different channels here. I guess 5. I don't use this one though. And since I'm not using my drum kit, you don't see any data going through it. But since I was using my keyboard and my Alesis for like CCs, there's always data going through this one because it's like, it's got a clock on it. But those go through here, and it goes through this map that if I load up that map here, you can see, yeah, it's pretty neat. It's like a program from like the 90s, so it's pretty old. It takes all of the nodons from velocity 0 to 100 and moves them to 0 to 127. Basically what that looks like is like, it's like velocities minimum 0, maximum 100 become velocities minimum 0, maximum 127. So velocity 0 to 127 are the max. Normally it looks like this, where like the harder you press the I know you know this, Derek, but I'm just saying this for fun. The harder you press, the more intense the velocity. But I use the fucking cheap ass Yamaha P71 keyboard still, which its velocity feels like this, if this is like the max. Where like you have to push really hard. Maybe it looks more like something like this, where it's like you have to push really hard to get the maximum velocity. So instead I just like use that program to kind of make it artificially look like this, where this is like 100 and then this is 127, so that it kind of averages out and tries to emulate this sort of vibe. I don't think I have much going on right now on the V25's mapping. Oh, I changed the pitch bend to CC11. That's right. I forgot about that. This V25, I don't know if you can see it. If I press my keyboard, it's this little box right down here. It's a Alesis 25 V25. And what I did, what Alesis V25 normally looks like this, where it's just like a, producer tiny little cheapo keyboard. I sawed off the keyboard part after I stopped using it, and I just used this little panel here because I didn't want to buy one because I didn't need to, and I ripped it open, and this is a pitch bend, so it always snaps to the middle. I ripped it open and pulled out the string of this pitch bend, and now it just functions like this guy on the right, which is just a mod wheel. And a lot of composers, you know this, Derek, but a lot of composers will have like these faders that control CC. And honestly, more recently, I've been thinking about getting one for realsies. Like, well, you have usually two is like not the minimum, but like the composers will use like one for CC11 and one for CC1 or vice versa. Some people will add a third for like vibrato or something, but that might be overkill for some people. So I ripped the spring out, and in MIDI aux, those faders are nice. I really want one, but it's such a niche that they're really hard to find, like, I'm sure. But I switched I have this different map that switches the pitch bend to CC11, which is normally an annoying thing to do, but with MIDI aux it's actually not too, it's pretty trivial. Like, you just can make a patch where it's like it converts the mapping where it's a channel any event type is pitch bend -1 to -1, which is all, and then it converts that any pitch bend signal to match input control CC11. The only issue is there's a dead zone in the middle of this, so it snaps to the middle in a certain area. So I really need to get one of those faders. Plus, I've never experienced it, but I know for a fact that if it's a longer range, like Marcus Warner says this in his video about it, if it's a longer range, it's like you can get such more intricate control over it. I feel the limitation of that with my stupid setup already. So I'm writing out a bunch of those, but I could totally use it. I wonder if Cubase has actually decided to stop working yet. Okay, cool. It actually has decided to, so I can actually open this again. And it's going to ask me, hopefully, to load a backup, because I don't know how much I've saved recently. I'm always pressing Control S. It's because I loaded in that Swam violin section. A server computer is like 128 gigs of RAM, but it's all DDR4. So it takes a while to load up. Not actually that bad. It takes maybe like 5 minutes to load my Vienna Ensemble server file thing. Yeah, I was thinking about DIYing some faders earlier. Literally earlier this week, I was looking up tutorials on how to do that on YouTube and stuff. This it seems kind of similar to my Raspberry Pi project that I made for the little light up thing here. It's an LED strip that has like 75 or something diodes on it. That's connected to a little Raspberry Pi Pico, I think is the name of it. That's connected to Wi-Fi and uses RTP MIDI to send MIDI signal to a locally hosted server here. There it goes. Looks like it's not prompting that. Maybe I saved recently enough. A server here that has the information for that Raspberry Pi. It's really nice. It's a little project somebody made on GitHub called Piano LED Visualizer, which is this thing. You gotta set it up yourself with like an SD card. But yeah. Oh no, yeah. That's what I was trying to emulate, honestly. Honestly, at some point, I was getting really into like the programming shit. not the programming shit, like the like setting up things like this. I was getting into it, like things like the server PC, this LED strip thing, and all of the, you know, expression map bullshittery that I honestly don't even know if the expression map is worth it at this point. It's nice, but it's just being able to play it in. Maybe the expression map is worth it because I don't play as much as I really wish I should. But I was getting so into it that I was thinking about trying to like make a Python script that would read the contact language and export it and then turn it into like showing the ranges and stuff, like how complete control can. I don't know. I was thinking about getting that complete control keyboard. Karame has one, I think, maybe, where I would change all of the server PCs to be running instead of inside contact. Instead of that, it'd be running in contact, which is running in complete control, such that the lights would show up. But I don't even know if it would work on a server PC. I don't think it would, since this is MIDI. And with the server PCs, they turn this into a MIDI track that's routed to a rack VSTI instrument, which is different than a VST, kind of, because it like has multiple inputs and outputs and stuff. And when I'm actually working with this, it's not running the instrument here. It's running the instrument into this VSTI, which is connected to like all of my strings currently. If I open that up, it like needs to connect. I don't know. It's a little complicated. I don't fully understand the VSTI shit. I don't know if that's different. Maybe the VSTI is the same thing, but it's a rack instrument, which is a little confusing to me. Anyways, you think if I load up the SWAM again, it'll still break? Alright, let's just quickly do this Met Arc brass so we can justify all these decisions we've made. I'm not really happy with how this mix is sounding, but I think it partially is just because I haven't really spent too much time on the mix. That's probably the part of the problem with going from this notation program to the DAW. Is doing all this is like so much work, you know? But no, it's not how I'd write any of it normally, and I can't hear it while I'm doing the score. Yeah. But since it's so connected to the orchestration, it's like the mix is so connected to the orchestration, but I can't get that while I'm orchestrating anymore if I'm doing it from the score, which is a little frustrating. Not a huge deal though, I feel like. Dun 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 dun. I'm not sure I would have written something like this starting from the DAW, you know? Which isn't a bad thing. I feel like I would be scared to do certain things. Just because of that, you know, it's just like it's a bit of a trade. I'm also using like less extremities of the mod wheel. because MuseScore just automatically gave me these CCs, and I haven't been fucked to change them quite yet. I'm sure I will when I'm like, oh, this sounds like absolute garbage, and then I have to like go through every single section and be like, what's going on here, you know, type beat. I might add some octaves to this part, honestly. I don't know, because this is just a tuba that's going onto the low brass part. Like that functions better as a low brass part, probably. Give us on that end. I think those marcatos sound kind of nice, huh? 46, what's that? In the score here, huh? I feel like a marcato actually kind of works because it gives that front end. Even though we would lose a lot of that note. That might honestly be fine for the, hello, for the, mix. Yeah, it is kind of fat. However, this took some setup. It's a multi that I made of a lot of the patches. I showed you yesterday though, so I think you know. The longs are a little bit lacking when you compare them against the marcatos. Like that's a long, and it definitely sustains versus this marcato. You know, longer. Yeah, it's not too bad though. Could honestly give this. Very cool. Okay. Sometimes I like using the 3 trombones fetch from Caspian just to like round out that middle low brass area. Could probably throw on this trombone part here. Oops, not MIDI. I don't know. I think I might have conflated the consistency of how I like it with the strings when I showed you that Skibbity Toilet one with the consistency of the other instruments. Like, it's not perfect, for sure. This is not attacking enough. Honestly, might just put it on Cinematic Studio Brass. Duoton, you know. Like, that part sounds decent. Let's put this here, though. Could honestly do something like this too. Honestly, just doing it like this probably sounds better. Low key. But then we can throw this back. Maybe a little less. Okay. Now I'm going to go through each big section and just like change a whole bunch of shit to like actually make the mix not sound like absolute ass. So let's get this out of here so I don't have to look at it. Okay. Violas are way louder. But that might be honestly an indicator that I should turn up things rather than turn down the violas. Which is, I know, terrible mixing advice. But we're already 12 decibels up. So. I'm not sure how I feel about the Cine Samples piano these days. It has some glue to it. That's decent, I guess. I didn't even realize those hand parts were completely overlapped. You like noir? I've been liking the Grandeur too recently. And Cinemax Studio Piano. That one's kind of nice. Honestly, let's add glue to the woodwind bus. That's the loudest they get. Maybe it might be that, honestly. Yeah, I know. glue is compression, not loudness, brother. They just don't really mix. They have like a lot of dynamic variation, I feel like. Might do that with the piccolo. I don't know. I like the close mic sound, but I'm gonna try. I like a really clear woodwind sound sometimes. That horn too. I like adding glue in a lot of places when the mix is like. Need some squashing. That should be a little. That should be completely different, actually. Some soothe on the trumpets. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. In terms of percentage, probably like 85 to 90. Could easily be 0 though if I decide not to post this. Now the percussion. The hardest thing to fucking mix. Let's just get the stems of the percussion to sound better. Up a little bit. Oh, I never did the snare part. Lamau. Let's grab that, huh? Am I forgetting anything else while here? Oh yeah, the choir. I needed to do a choir too. Why am I soloing this? Okay, you're gonna hate me for this, Derek, but I really like the snare drum from Symphony Essentials. Like low key, it's actually kind of a beast. Not because it's like Symphony Essentials is good. It's kind of shit, but there's like actually like some decent articulations on here. Like there's, you can do the edge. Do regular hits at different levels, and there's slams, tremolos. It's easy controlled. They show you the round robins too, which I appreciate. I don't love actually the sound of the recording. They don't give you any mic positions. But like the cine sample snare is just so fucking wet, dude. It's like the miking on it's not great in my opinion. I wish it was a little drier. But they sound, yeah. I think harsh is a pretty good word. Do you dun dun? Also, when you release the tremolo, gives you the like a +1, which is nice. G at the dun dun. You know. Let's also just bring all these velocities up to like here. G-ta-ka-dun, is it? Snare drum part. G-ka-ta-kan. Maybe honestly it sounds better like this. Because it's a very short roll. I don't know, is there reverb on this? No, there's not. I don't like how dry it is. Or how wet it is, I mean. I don't know. I might try the Cine Perk snare really quick just to give her a whirl. I don't have too many other snares, to be honest. Is it even routed correctly? Oh no, it's not on the right note. I put it on D? Was it? No, it wasn't. D1. Man, it just sounds so wet. No, I just said I don't like this snare sound. The close mics sound terrible, huh? Maybe not terrible. I kind of like the overhead sound. Bruh, shut up. Okay, I don't need your backseating right now.
It's like when those streamers play Elden Ring and they're like, you gotta go in this direction. I might go with Symphony Essential, honestly. The bass drum sounds distorted as fuck through the stream. It's not a bass drum, obviously, but like... Or the bass sounds distorted. Sorry, I didn't hear the... I don't know why I read drum. Here, I'll play a little bit of it and then listen to it. Listen to the stream. Oh, yeah. No, it's just clipping a bunch. Here. Yeah, it's just clipping a hella. If I do this. Oh, it's clipping just because of... Why is it clipping? Do I have a gainer on this? Oh, I have 12 decibel gain on the fucking Cubase audio. Okay. Dude, streaming from Cubase is kind of a pain. Because obviously Audio shit. Alright. That makes a lot of sense. It's like it's ignoring my... That should sound much better, right? A little bit. That should sound... Not because it's... No, I just... Here, I'll play a little bit of it and then listen. Yeah, it sounds better. All right. Let's get the Symphony Essential snare to sing for me. We get that. Where's that roll? Well, like... G2. I don't know, I'm still thinking like maybe this would work. Maybe Flam? Or maybe we just throw in... I think we just do this more, huh? And then this is all like this. Same thing here. I honestly think the velocities sound fine like how they are. Oops. Okay, this is all just looping on twos and four until that happens. And we're gonna just boom, boom. Oh, is it set to any MIDI channel? That would be silly. There's no way. Oh, it's not even routed to... I see. Alright, that's fine. It's fine like that. Maybe get a note that doesn't do anything to, like, let me do this. A little more. Honestly, might even squish it a little bit. A little higher attack. Cool. Oh, these don't even do much with the velocities, do they? It's mostly just... like... yeah, okay. That copies, so I'll just do... dun, dun, dun. No, it does. It just... It wants you to play it on your keyboard. So it has the lower velocities, like, on different notes. Kind of like... how Strike Force does it, you know? So that you can, like, you know, do stuff like that. Like, that sounds pretty nice, huh? And this just does this. There's some terrible mixing going on there, but I'll fix that later. But like this, can be on... We can like crescendo it by doing this. Oh, it's hitting the edge right now. I must have pressed D1 at some point. Are these hitting the edge? Student discount, so I got it for pretty cheap. But I think, what's it, like $300 or something? How much is Keybase 15? It's been a while since I bought Keybase 12. Full version's from $100, but if you get like Keybase Pro 15, it's $600. But you can get a pretty decent student discount sometimes. Like if you get the student version of Keybase Pro, it's $350 or $360. But I got Keybase 12 back in the day. It was a little cheaper. Keybase Artist is $200. And Keybase Elements Education version is $67. So not too terrible. Yeah, Keybase Power has a decent amount of stuff. It's $600 if you don't have a student discount and you're buying the biggest version you can possibly buy. Which doesn't, for a beginner, you don't need that. You also don't need Keybase at all in general. You can get Cakewalk and get what you need to start out to figure out what you're doing. Keybase is a very professional software. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I imagine you probably don't have $600 to like spend on Keybase if you're not already like doing this kind of stuff, but yeah, get Cakewalk. This software right here. This one's free by BandLab. It does very similar stuff. Did they change their marketing? Yeah, well, starting on FL Studio is kind of a unfortunate if you want to move to something like this, where the mixers and instrument racks are set up in a more traditional way. There's a bunch of free DAWs, isn't there? Somebody's gonna say Cakewalk probably. Waveform free. Oh yeah, Reaper's pretty good too. Is there a Keybase free trial? You can try it for 60 days. It's a rite of passage to start in FL Studio. Wow. Reaper isn't free? What are you talking about? Oh, it's like WinRAR. For free DAW, go Reaper. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Does it have it? I've used the Reaper a little bit, I think, when I was trying to do MIDI stuff. I remember the setup is slightly different, but it still has, I think, a mixer that automatically links to the instruments that you put in. And that's like kind of set up in a similar way where you got mute and solo and like FX. Such that when you like switch to a more professional DAW, it's like a little bit better of a stepping stone. I don't think FL Studio is trying to be like anything else. I got the fucking articulations right. What am I doing if the articulations are wrong, huh? Really? Oh, also, if you switch to a server PC, it turns out it calculates tempo changes really poorly. So if I were to do like a gradual, like a ramp, like this, it starts freaking out. I think it sees this ramp as like a bunch of individual changes. So if you ever get weird things like that, just change to step and it's much better. Alright, this mixing's terrible here. Don't think about it too much. I'm squashing it too much. Low key, this could be a better as a viola melody, honestly. Like we get rid of the viola part. We don't do this. We squash this like to here. I don't know. I think this is doubling. Oh no, it's not. And then maybe we record this, honestly. I'll just ad lib and just do this chord progression. Should be up tomorrow, this post, if I post it. Let's quantize this bad boy, like all good musicians do. Maybe a soft quantize. Alright, this is not crescendoing enough. It's probably because I'm not crescendoing it enough, I would imagine. I wish I could do that and then have it apply to all the selected parts, but it does not work like that. I'm sure I could set up some logical editor, as Derek is probably going to backseat me, but I don't want to. So I'm not going to. Oops. All right, now let's fix this. Let's fix it. I think we need the choir. Right. We need the choir. Charty tarty tarty. Wow. I think that might be on awe. Should do syllables. Syllables might cut through better in the mix. If I'm doing syllables, we gotta cut this up so that the syllables are consistent. Also, I think the syllables are just wrong. Hold up. Give me un momento, por favor. Let's just do the energetic syllables presets on both of these bad boys. On both of these bad boys. Oh, I gotta cut that. Cool. Then this bus. Glow. little less ratio. Okay. What do I have pro Q here? Do I have that set up like that on Measure 25? I do. Honestly, might sound better if I just do this. Okay, fix these choir parts up. Too much glue here. If I just make this invisible, does it show up in the men's part? If I show it up in the men's part. Ah, that's how you get around that. Goodbye, all of you. Should be a light crescendo here. Yeah, we're getting there. Is there a B flat there? Why would I have a B flat there? Is there a B flat somewhere else then? No, not there. No, not there. Okay. Alright, that sounds not great, but I kind of like a lot of the other stuff going on. Alright. Like, there's not enough going on here. Okay. Not soothe. Oh, you can do that? I thought it would replace it. Yo, that's so huge. These Mercados cut off at the turns. Why, thank you. It's tough to mix all these together. Oh, these are not routed. That's not legatoing. Oh yeah, of course it's not. I guess we just need more front end here then. Versus... Hello, where's the piccolo not trilling? That's strange. It trills on one of them. Huh. It just doesn't have that trill? Does pitch bend work? Whenever like a sample's missing or something, I always just try to see if the pitch bend works. There's this one pretty bad trombone on Swing More. that like the pitch bend works, but a lot of the notes are like the wrong pitch, so I just use the pitch bend to like fix it. Like it's not the articulation's wrong because it's still doing. Is it just whole step articulations? It's not the tuning. It's the. Sometimes I'll like if a sample's missing from certain libraries, or for some reason the sample's mapped to the wrong pitch, which very rarely happens, but sometimes happens. Like with that trombone on Swing More, I'll play it the pitch below and then pitch bend it to the correct pitch, just to make it sound like the right note. It's like the whole step is gone. Is there any whole step that works? No, none of the whole steps are working. What did I? Is this piccolo here? Sounds like a train. Oh, I know why. It's notes aren't playing because it has the wrong expression map. It's using the flute expression map, and I think the flute has overlapping key switches, so it's ignoring those notes. Okay, I'm in the actual. Not my library computer. Wait a sec. Like, I'm playing. You see those notes? I'm playing these notes, but these notes aren't playing. Which is very strange. Maybe it wasn't that. Oh, no, yeah, it's just not doing whole step trills. I know. That's how I'm getting the half step trills. I'm playing these two notes. It's playing the half step trill. I'll play these two notes. Plays the half step trill. But when I play these two notes, it doesn't play the whole step trill. That's so strange. I've never seen anything like that. Can we look at the groups? I might not be updated to the most recent library. Take a look here real quick. I swear this worked before though. At some point, maybe I just have never done a whole step trill on CSW. That's kind of crazy if true. I think it's 1.3. Let's see, where is it? Cinematic Studio Wins, where is it? Are you in here? Yeah, I have 1.3. Here's the change log. Don't actually look at my Notepad++, shows you all my documents. I don't know. Well, whatever. That's fine. I'll just ignore it. Should we do a different solo violin? I don't know how I like the sound of this bohemian guy. They're very finicky. Honestly, the Pacific Riri, kind of nice sometimes. Just gotta get rid of the... You have to lift your finger for the repetitions to actually work. Like, that sounds kind of better. Let's just turn it up a little bit. Might just utilize the legato by doing this. Or could do that. One, and. Maybe I'll just record this, honestly. God, it's so hard to hear. Sometimes I like to just do the piano. I hear the piano so that I can actually hear where the notes are landing. Yeah, I could just try Joshua Bell, honestly. I think that rebo thing is kind of higher Ray-chan, for sure, dude. I'm taking violin lessons, actually. I'm having a good time. I transcribed the, like, last song in the Free Run OST with the little violin solo at the beginning, the song for tomorrow or something. And we're learning it, and it'll teach me a lot about technique and stuff, and I want to be able to record this kind of stuff. What after I finish? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Yeah, I'm so excited for the second season to come out. You're so silly, Joshua. Yeah. It does. It's so hard on the attacks. I know I'm probably doing something wrong. I guess I could do this. Nah. Da 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 da. Yeah, I'm renting one. I own like a shitty one from Amazon. I did the first lesson with that, and then immediately after I rented one from the shop. It's so much better. I got like a Cecilio, and they laughed at me. Bruh. I like pulled it out at the place where it's just a tem. It's a Cecilio is basically the Temu violin. Oh my god, 6-7, bro. Ba-da-dee-ah. Transition percussion 170. We're gonna do this. And then probably throw in one of these. Not there. Does that sound better if I just grab these bad boys and hit the Marcato button? Hello. Did my score crash? No. Press Control F before I press Control D. I think there might be some kind of side chaining going on with the car. But I actually don't really want maybe in the back of us. Yeah, that sounds so much better. Cool. Use the restroom real quick. I'll play this twice. I'll play it once when I'm in the restroom and then once when I need to listen to it, obviously. Playing it again. Before I do that, actually, though, I feel like I want to make this legato. And I'm going to do chorus's traditional articulations patch. Make sure this is actually routed correctly. No, it's not. Let's route it to this. I need to fix that in the template at some point. But not today. It sounded a bit dodgy. Yeah, it's just a massively loud. It's so much better to have it like that. So let's move you guys on random syllables. And then ah. That sounded a little dodgy here too. Low key. The shorts here on the Cinebrass. Hello. Why are you so quiet? And then just bring this back here. No, I never tried them out. I don't really prefer playing stuff in at this point. I feel like I've been writing a lot. Especially I've been writing on making a score first. It's fun to write stuff in sometimes, though, yeah. Or play stuff in sometimes. These are on the velocities, right? Maybe they're not? Huh, maybe they're not. If I'm just doing that, I might as well just like turn it down and use the... I actually kind of like that. When I look at the score, it feels way nicer. I think this probably doesn't have True Legato on right now. Whoa. Oh, it does. Alright, let's fix that. We need these legatos to be a certain velocity. The way of audio Imperia chorus. But what if I just did this? No, it sounds so much better with legatos. Alright. Take those up to the top velocity. Get the rest. Make them like that velocity, I guess. Do I have a indicator as to... Yeah, there is. There's 4 velocity splits right now, so I should put this here. And then grab the bottom parts of every 3. And then move them down to here. And then add legatos. Get rid of the mono overlaps. Let's add some of this. And this bad boy. Same thing for you, brother. Boom, 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 boom. Grab you. Put you up top. And then grab you. All the parts below him. Let's do... Yeah, let's do this. Sure. There's not more than an octave there. And then let's grab that. Put you down there. And I'll just emulate those. Our eighth notes, right? Actually, I'll double check. No, there's not. I guess this should probably be third part. And then same thing here, we do a one of those. I know this isn't the way to do it, but I don't like having the trails, you know, before it. You sound terrible. You sound terrible here, too. By terrible, I mean way too loud. It's my fault for orchestrating this as high C's on the flutes, but it sounds too high. Um, we got a 4 and a 1 here at the end, just for the vibes, you know. And then maybe like a small little roll.
Works for me. No, it's not the most beautiful of mock-ups, but I think I like the idea of having the score here. I want to try something here. I'm going to open up Fruity Loops. I'm going to edit the MIDI. I need to choose 16 of the most important instruments here. I'll probably choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Get rid of the piccolo maybe. Add cellos. 16 most important instruments. Okay. You're not insane. That is a thing. That's not what I'm doing here. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Just importing it into FL to make a FL video. Yo. What I'm doing, check this out. We take these instruments. Let's make a new score with those instruments. So we got flute. We got oboe. Got clarinet. Got horn. Horn and F. Trumpets. This is going to be insane. You guys are going to be like, whoa, that's so funny. Trombone. Bass trombone. Do I need a bass trombone? What if I added instead of the bass trombone, we did a bass drum? Could also go instead of the oboe, we do nah, this is fine how it is. So bass trombone, we don't need the bass trombone. Instead of that, we do timpani, snare drum, bass drum. Oh, but cymbals are nice. Let's do cymbals instead of oboe. It's lagging again. Cymbals instead of oboe. I unhighlighted everything, but that's okay. I think I remember. So trombone, no oboe. No bass trombone. Do a tuba. Timpani. Snare drum. Bass drum. Oh, bass drum's above snare drum in this. Cymbals. Legit Piatti. Crash cymbal. I don't know if this has it. What I'm about to do here. But we'll try. Oh, it's going to be in our marching, isn't it? Marching cymbals, sure, that works. Same thing. Okay, we did the piano. We do piano here. We do women. Then for the strings, we do violins, violas, basses, and cellos. That should be 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We make that score. And we copy and paste those parts into it. Oh, you know, it'd be way easier to just save this. If it ever finishes saving. It crashes like every time I try to do anything in this score now. And then we go M2J2 dot view score. Save that as that. Delete all the parts in this new score. Just save some Let's make it a little faster. How do I delete them? Oh, you close them now. That's right. Very different functionality. But now I just have to fucking press the X button on every single instrument. Whatever. Okay. Get rid of piccolo on this. Get rid of oboe. Get rid of the bass trombone. Get rid of the men and the violins too. Is that 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. This is this. This is like a very whatever, you know? You know? And then we save this. We export the MIDI file. Boom. Get the MIDI for that. Close this. I don't need this actually. Go into FL. You're going to be so confused until it's finished. It'll be another couple seconds here. Open this m2j2.midi file. And then we go in and tools, macros, prepare for MIDI export. Okay, get rid of all those. Now we label all these the right instruments. Flute, clarinet. Where's clarinet? Clarinet, horn, British 4-inch horn, right here, trumpet, trombone, tuba, this is timpani, snare drum is not gonna be on here probably, because it probably needs to be in channel 10. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see snare drum here, do you? MIDI is such a strange thing, huh? All right, let's put this on channel 10. And then bass drum we also put on channel 10. That's ports. Oops, channel 10. Snare drum channel 10, port 0. Make sure this is on 8. Oh no, that's on channel 10 as well. Oh wait, can we do... Is there a peyote crash or a crash symbol somewhere here? Reverse symbol? Maybe not. Yeah, probably not. That's fine. Symbol go on channel 10. That means this goes on channel 8. Oh, and they put piano on the same, so we have to copy piano over. Acoustic grand piano. Put it in here. Delete that second piano. This needs to be channel 9. Women. Choir. Ooh, choir. Ooh, choir Oz, sure. I'm sure that's it. 9. And then this needs to be 11. Violin section. It'll probably have to be violins, just like this. Yeah. Violas, 11, 12, 13, 14.
11, 12 will be violas. 13 is cello. 14 is contrabass. Okay. Now we export this MIDI file. We do M2J2 final.midi. And now, check this out. We open that up in MIDI's to jam to. Will this work? Let's try this. We play this at the same time we play this. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll have to watch my last video to get the context of that. Oh, they got 2 trumpets. Yeah, let's see. No, I fucked it. I fucked it. Right. Yeah. We love that. That's so sick. All right. I think I'm done with everything. I'll just have to make the video, but I'll probably do that off stream. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. There's obviously much more I could do with like the instruments to make them a little bit more realistic and shit, but I don't think I could be asked right now. I would say that I cannot be asked to do that on stream. I think it sounds good. All right. You guys take care. I will catch you probably tomorrow. I just haven't decided with what type of content we're doing. What type of pog 10 we're doing. But yeah. See you. Expect the video up tomorrow. Probably around 6:30, 7 a.m. You guys take care. Later.